Welcome in, everyone. If you're listening to this right now, you are probably trying to navigate the exact same digital landscape that we all are.
Yeah, it's a wild time to be online, honestly.
It really is. Like, you're trying to figure out where the creator economy is even heading, or maybe you're just, insanely curious about how fast the rules of audience building are shifting.
And they're shifting faster than ever.
Exactly. So today we are doing a deep dive into a really fascinating stack of sources. We've got recent creator economy reports, leaked algorithmic data sheets, and white papers from the latest AI video generation startups.
It's a massive amount of data, but it all points to one thing.
Right, and that's our mission for today. We're going to unpack a blueprint that explains how a single person, with zero technical background and zero existing audience can go from nothing to totally viral in 2026.
Using entirely automated AI tools, which is just, mind-blowing.
It is, because for someone like you listening, someone who loves exploring new fields but really wants to avoid information overload, this source material is basically the ultimate cheat sheet.
Oh, absolutely. The overarching theme across all these documents is just the complete commoditization of technical skill.
Right, like it doesn't matter if you can't edit a video.
Exactly. If we rewind even just to, say, 2023 or 2024, the barrier to producing top-tier video content was essentially a mountain of specialized knowledge.
You had to know so much stuff.
You did.
Yeah.
You needed a deep understanding of lighting, those really expensive RED cameras, mastery over complex editing software like Premiere or DaVinci, and just hours and hours of free time.
Which most people just don't have.
Right. But what these 2026 reports show is a landscape where that technical mountain has been flattened. It's a paved road now. The AI handles all the execution.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit. I like to think of it like, well, it used to be that creating content was like trying to build a house with just a spoon.
That's a great way to put it.
Right. But now AI has basically handed us a fully staffed construction crew. You walk onto the site, the tools are running, the crew is ready, and your only job is to be the architect.
You just hand them the blueprint. That's a highly accurate way to frame the current reality.
The manual labor is just gone.
It's gone. And because it's gone, the data shows a massive paradigm shift in the actual types of creators who are dominating these platforms.
So if the technical barriers are gone, who is actually winning right now?
The most striking trend we're seeing across these leaked algorithmic reports is the total dominance of what they call faceless channels.
Faceless channels. So like no human on screen at all.
Exactly. These are entirely synthetic brands. The creator never steps in front of a lens, not even once.
Wow.
They're leveraging, advanced text-to-speech models, dynamically generated stock visuals, AI-driven animation. That's how they tell their stories.
And they're actually getting views.
Millions of them. They're scaling from 0 to hundreds of thousands of subscribers at a pace that traditional vloggers simply cannot match.
Okay, I have to jump in here and push back on this a little bit, because that feels fundamentally counterintuitive to how human beings operate.
How so?
Well, we're social creatures, right?
Hey.
When I watch a video, I'm usually looking into someone's eyes to gauge their authenticity, to connect.
Yep, that makes sense.
So if a channel is entirely just AI voices and generated B-roll, doesn't that feel super impersonal? Doesn't it trigger the uncanny valley?
It's a completely rational skepticism.
Yeah.
But the psychological data in these reports points to a really fascinating quirk in human cognition.
Okay, what's the quirk?
As it turns out, the human brain's desire for narrative closure heavily outweighs its need for a human face.
Wait, really? Story beats out the human connection.
By a landslide. Audiences, at their core, are profoundly selfish. And I mean that in a neurological sense.
Like they just want their dopamine hit.
Precisely. They're watching a video to learn something shocking or to be entertained. The face on the screen is merely a delivery mechanism for the narrative.
Huh. So they don't care who is delivering it as long as the story is good.
Right. If the story creates a strong enough cognitive loop, the viewer's brain entirely bypasses the uncanny valley. It just becomes desperate to know how the story ends.
That actually levels the playing field so much for beginners or, people who are just camera shy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It proves that in 2026, the value lies purely in the narrative.
Okay, so if the charisma of the host is totally removed from the equation and the story is the only thing holding the viewer's attention, how do we actually measure a good story?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right, because the internet is such a chaotic, hyper-competitive space. If 1 million people upload AI-generated faceless videos tomorrow, what's the secret sauce that makes one catch fire?
Well, the research papers we reviewed break this down into a highly measurable science. Virality is heavily engineered around 3 non-negotiable psychological triggers.
Okay, lay them out for us. What's the first one?
The first is emotion, but it's not just about making someone happy or sad.
Like, it has to be more intense than that.
Much more intense. The data shows that high arousal emotions are what trigger sharing behaviors.
So they're talking about like excitement or shock.
Yeah, shocked, awe, righteous anger, deep curiosity, or even intense anxiety. If a piece of content doesn't spike the viewer's heart rate, even fractionally, it just dies in the feed.
Oh, wow. Which feeds right into the second trigger I saw in the research, which was curiosity.
Yes. But again, it's not just asking a random question.
Right. The sources talk a lot about open loops, which is essentially weaponizing the Zeigarnik effect.
Exactly. That psychological principle where human beings obsess over uncompleted tasks.
So if the hook of your video is, what happens if AI replaces your job tomorrow?
Yeah.
You have forcefully opened a loop in their brain.
And they physically cannot keep scrolling until they close that loop and relieve the tension.
Man, that is so manipulative, but so effective. Okay, so we have emotion, we have curiosity. What's the third element?
The third required element is simplicity. And honestly, this is where most highly intelligent creators fail.
They overcomplicate things.
Big time. They try to pack way too much neurons into a short-form video, but cognitive load is the enemy of retention.
Right, making complex topics easy to digest quickly. Because the platforms are designed for, rapid, fictionless consumption.
Exactly. If a viewer has to expend mental calories trying to figure out what a chart means or what point the narrator is making in the first 4 seconds,
You just swipe away.
they're gone. The most successful synthetic content takes incredibly complex ideas, like quantum computing or macroeconomic theory, and distills them into a primary color linear narrative.
So basically, these 3 elements, emotion, curiosity, simplicity, they're ultimately just feeding the machine what the source calls the psychology of the algorithm.
That's a perfect way to describe it.
Because I talk to so many creators who speak about the algorithm like it's this, this vindictive digital deity that demands blood sacrifices.
Right, they're terrified of it.
But looking at these leaked data sheets, its goal is painfully straightforward. It doesn't care about your lighting. It doesn't care about your niche. It just wants to keep the user on the app.
So they can be served more ads. The machine is entirely agnostic to the content. It only reads behavioral data.
So how does it track that? What are the specific signals?
The algorithm in 2026 relies heavily on 3 primary signals to determine if a video is holding attention: click-through rate, watch time, and engagement.
Right, likes, comments, shares, that kind of thing.
Yeah. But what's really fascinating in these current reports is the shifting weight of these metrics.
Right, I noticed that too. A high click-through rate, or CTR, used to be the holy grail.
It used to be everything. But now CTR is essentially just the bouncer at the door of the club.
Okay, so CTR is getting them in the door.
Exactly. If your thumbnail gets a click, great, you're inside. But the algorithm is weighing watch time, specifically average view duration, at almost a 3-to-1 ratio compared to anything else.
So watch time is keeping them in their seat.
Yes. Because CTR can be so easily manipulated with clickbait. But you cannot fake watch time.
That makes a lot of sense. If they sit through the whole video, it proves the content is actually good.
It logs a massive positive signal that the narrative delivered on the promise of the thumbnail.
And engagement, where does that fit in?
Engagement is getting them to applaud. It still matters, especially shares. But the data clearly shows that if your watch time graph plummets in the first 10 seconds, no amount of likes will save the video.
It'll just get suppressed. Okay, so understanding the psychology and the math is great theory, but let's shift to the practical application.
Let's do it.
How do we actually use AI to hit these algorithm metrics? The blueprint in our sources outlines this 5-step content engine.
Right, a highly structured system. And it doesn't start with just blindly guessing what people want to watch.
No, step 1 is finding viral ideas. And it's all about using AI to research trending topics.
It starts with scraping demand. The most successful faceless channels use AI research layers to ingest thousands of data points across Reddit threads, Twitter discussions, TikTok search bars.
Just looking for what people are already asking.
Exactly. The AI analyzes search volume versus content supply. It might find that, 50,000 people a day are asking, how does AI impact real estate?
But there are no good videos about it.
Right. So you use the AI to identify a massive hungry crowd before you ever write a single word.
You're finding the parade and then just jumping out in front of it. I love that.
It's incredibly efficient.
Okay, so once you have that proven topic, you move into step 2, writing a powerful script. And the sources are incredibly rigid about the exact structure needed here.
You don't just write an essay. You use AI scripting tools to construct a very specific framework. Hook, problem, story, insight, conclusion.
It's all about pacing, right?
It is a framework designed entirely around dopamine regulation. The hook grabs the attention. The problem introduces the stressor.
And the story maintains that tension.
Exactly. Then the insight provides the dopamine hit, that aha moment. And the conclusion quickly wraps it up before they can swipe away.
You're essentially prompt engineering the AI to generate text that strictly adheres to this psychology.
Precisely.
Amazing. Okay, so step 3 is create video using AI. And I have to just marvel at a specific stat from the text here.
The time reduction.
Yes. What used to take 8 hours of editing, sifting through B-roll, cutting dead air, audio mixing, can now take 30 minutes using AI video and voice generator.
It's staggering.
30 minutes. But how is the AI actually making editorial choices? Like, is it just slapping random clips together?
Not anymore. The current generation performs deep semantic sentiment analysis on the script.
So it actually understands the context.
Yes, it doesn't just read the word ocean and
Yeah.
pull a clip of water. It reads the tone. If the script discusses a looming economic threat, the AI understands that anxiety.
So it pulls tense footage.
It automatically pulls high contrast, slow zooming stock footage, applies a tense color grade, and generates a slightly urgent voiceover.
It's making creative decisions based on the emotional subtext. That is terrifying and incredible all at once.
It really is.
But even with a perfect video, we hit step 4, design clickable thumbnails. Because you still have to get them to click.
Right. And the sources compare modern thumbnails to high-concept movie posters.
Yeah, that analogy stood out to me. Thumbnails are movie posters, but they also emphasized extreme minimalism, right?
Again, returning to cognitive load, AI image generators can spin up 50 variations in seconds, but complexity kills clicks.
So you don't want a busy image.
Not at all.
Yeah.
The winning thumbnails usually feature a single, high-contrast subject, wildly exaggerated emotional cues, and fewer than 4 words of text.
Keep it super simple. If they get confused, they scroll past.
Exactly. The algorithm has already moved them down the feed.
Which brings us to step 5, post consistently. Because this incredible speed unlocks the final brutal reality of the algorithm, which is volume.
The playbook makes it very clear that virality is not a sniper shot. It's covering fire.
The algorithm needs data.
It needs you to post 30, 40, maybe 50 videos so it can test different viewer clusters and figure out who your audience actually is.
And since AI speeds up production so much, creators can actually post more. You can do 50 videos in a month on your lunch breaks now.
Virality isn't instant. Some creators post 50 videos before one finally takes off.
It's a numbers game, but there's a brilliant irony in these sources. With tools this fast and powerful, the biggest reasons creators fail are actually purely human errors.
The bottlenecks are no longer technical. The tools work perfectly, but the human architect feeds them the wrong blueprint.
Let's dig into those human errors. The sources outline 4 massive mistakes, or traps. What's the first one?
The first trap is copying others instead of finding fresh inspiration.
Right, like seeing a video get 10 million views and just telling the AI to clone it.
And then they wonder why they get 0 views. It fails because the algorithm actively monitors for hook fatigue.
So if it sees the exact same narrative structure and AI voice,
Across 500 different videos, it intentionally suppresses them. You have to use the AI to iterate on the concept, not clone the execution.
that makes total sense. If I've seen the magic trick, I don't want to see it again. The curiosity loop is dead.
Exactly.
The second trap is relying on flashy AI visuals but ignoring the storytelling.
The sizzle without the steak.
Right. It's so easy to generate breathtaking 4K footage now, but if you don't have that hook problem story framework,
The retention graph falls off a cliff within 6 seconds. Beautiful visuals cannot save a bad story.
which leads to the third mistake, posting randomly without choosing a specific niche, like doing tech on Monday, comedy on Wednesday.
Niche fragmentation. It's very tempting when creation is this easy, but the algorithm needs to map your audience.
If you're a chaotic mix of genres, it gets confused.
The algorithm's confidence score drops to 0. It doesn't know who to serve the video to, so it serves it to no one.
It's like a library throwing all its books into a massive pile and expecting people to find what they want.
You have to be predictable.
And the fourth mistake.
Giving up too early. Even with AI production, creators quit at video number 12, right before the algorithm finally gathers enough data to push their content.
They just lack patience.
Right. Which is why the blueprint provides a very rigid, actionable 4-week roadmap to force discipline.
Let's lay out that roadmap for the listener right now. Week 1 is just research, right?
Just strictly research.
Yeah.
You are entirely forbidden from generating content in week 1. You just use AI to scrape platforms and find informational deficits in your niche.
Okay, so week 2 is when you finally create.
Yes. You use your AI tools to build your first batch of, say, 5 videos. But you aren't just posting and praying.
Because week 3 is about improving hooks.
It's an aggressive period of A/B testing. You analyze those first few uploads to see where people drop off, and you iterate the first 3 seconds of your upcoming videos to plug those leaks.
Which culminates in week 4, analyze and iterate. Brutal, dispassionate analysis.
You look at the retention graphs. Find the highest watch time, figure out the trigger that worked, and instruct the AI to build more content around that proven mechanism.
It's literally the scientific method applied to digital creativity.
Form a hypothesis, test it, measure, adapt.
It's an incredible system.
Yeah.
But you know what really blew my mind reading the back half of these white papers is this future vision they lay out.
Oh, the near future projections are straight sci-fi.
Right. This whole pipeline scripting, generating voice, compiling clips is already on the verge of becoming obsolete.
We are rapidly moving toward a reality where a simple text prompt does it all instantly.
Like you just type, create a cinematic video about a futuristic city powered by AI.
And the model instantly outputs a fully realized, flawless short film. Technical skill will reach an absolute baseline of 0. Ideas will soon be the only truly valuable asset.
Which means the only moat left is your imagination.
It really is an empowering reality.
It is. And to summarize all this for you listening, AI is here to empower you, not replace you. Whether you're prepping for a marketing meeting or just insanely curious about starting a side hustle, the tools are ready and waiting. The era of gatekeepers is definitively over.
But, examining the sheer scale of this synthetic future does raise one vital, provocative thought that the data sheets don't really answer.
Ooh, what's that?
If we are rapidly approaching a future where a single text prompt can instantly generate a breathtaking, flawlessly executed cinematic short film, what happens to our definition of authenticity online?
Oh, wow.
When perfect execution takes literally 0 effort, will audiences become totally numb to perfection? Will they start intentionally seeking out the messy, unpolished flaws of purely human creation just to feel a real connection?
Man, if perfection becomes a cheap commodity, human error becomes the luxury good. That is a wild thought to leave you with. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today. Keep exploring, stay curious, and remember your next big idea could be the one that goes viral. You don't need a massive studio anymore. The Digital Crew is waiting for your blueprint. We'll catch you next time.